else. All right. To this now, as the Attorney General of Ohio is taking on Planned Parenthood. Mike DeWine is looking for an injunction against a clinic after the investigation showed that Planned Parenthood in Ohio wasn't properly disposing the remains from abortions and that they were dumping them in landfills instead. But Planned Parenthood says that is not true, and they are now suing. The Attorney General joins us now. Good morning, sir. Good to have you with us.
Good morning. Thank you.
So there is a law back from 1975 that requires that a, quote, fetus shall be disposed of in a humane manner. And you claim that that is not what's happening. Tell us.
Well, as a result of the investigation that we did, we found that this is how aborted fetuses are being disposed of. They're taken and put in a system, an autoclave system, which basically is high pressure and hot steam. Then they're taken to a landfill in Kentucky and dumped in that landfill. Ohio law says they have to be disposed of humanely. I don't think there are too many Ohioans who would hear about that and say, well, that's a humane way to dispose of the aborted fetuses. So, you know, we think they're in violation of the law. We think they ought to change what they're doing.
They believe that you're coming after them and that you want to shut them down and that this is one of the steps that you're taking to do that. And here's what they said in response. They say these new allegations by the Attorney General that we are improperly disposing of fetal tissue are flat out false. Our agreements with vendors all require them to follow state law and dispose of tissue accordingly. If they are not, then I will take swift action, says Stephanie Kite, the president of Planned Parenthood of Greater Ohio. What do you say, sir?
Well, it's rather strange because Planned Parenthood's own lawyers told us that's how they're disposing of the fetuses. So, I mean, you have an aborted fetus and it ends up in a landfill in the state of Kentucky. Those are the facts. I can't change the facts. When Planned Parenthood, you know, always makes the allegation someone's trying to shut them down. That's not the issue. The issue is, are they disposing of the aborted fetuses in a humane way? And I don't think very many Ohioans would think that the process they used and that fetus ended up in a landfill is good. You know, we've had a couple. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. It strikes me that, you know, what this story and what the investigation that you've done, it sheds more light on the realities of this process, which a lot of people just really, frankly, don't want to know more about because it's very difficult to even think about. So in many ways, you know, I mean, you're saying ultimately it ends up in a landfill. They're saying that, you know, the process that they do before it gets there is humane. But sir, I mean, you know, in my mind, first and foremost, is that you're continuing to bring up something that is a reality that is just very, very hard for a lot of people to deal with.
Oh, I think it is, and that, you know, the reality of abortion is horrible. It is what it is, and Planned Parenthood never wants to talk about that. Right. They never want to talk about what the reality really is, and I think this does bring home for many people the reality. I mean, when I've told people in the last few days what happens to the aborted fetuses, you can just see them pull back, and you know. So it does bring this reality home. I mean, the good thing, one good thing out of this, the state legislature is looking at this. There was some announcement yesterday about bills that will be introduced to define very specifically what they can do and what they can't do. Yeah. I think that is a progress.
Attorney General Mike DeWine, thank you very much. Good to have you here, sir.
Thank you.